connected here. All right. Well, thank y'all for joining us today. We're going to go over a couple important things to get you started for this new semester. And then at the end, if anybody has any questions, we'll have time for that. The first thing that we're going to look at, and I'm going to share my screen here. Give me just 1 second, is our main A&M website. So here we are at the tamut.edu website, and there's going to be a lot of great things that can be found right here. First and foremost, you can see on the banner, we've got this Keep Learning at TAMUT. This is really good to check in with at the beginning of the semester. It's got some general information, especially under the current circumstances with COVID, some things to check out here. Right now, I don't believe there is any CARES Act funding, but if anything pops up again, you will be notified through your ACE mail. This first part here lets you know about computer requirements. So if any of you are taking any online or web enhanced classes, this is a really good way to check to make sure that you have the proper requirements on your personal computers. Blackboard, it really recommends Firefox, or Google Chrome also works as well. Microsoft Explorer is not the best browser for Blackboard. Different ways of checking in things, and you can take your time to go through there. The quick links here over on the website, this is where you're going to get to most of the things that you need. Your ACE mail, of course, this is good for logging in the first time, or if you're not at your own personal computer where you have your stuff saved. ACE mail is a product of Gmail, so once you've logged in the first time, you can save it on your phone or any other smart device. And you can also be logged into it and your personal Gmail accounts at the same time. We've got your Blackboard here, which we'll look at here in just a minute. Another important one you'll need is EagleCONNECT. This is how you're going to schedule appointments with your advisors and the tutors, and we're going to go into more detail with that here in just a minute. And the web for students. This is also a really important one for you all to be familiar with, and we'll look at that as well. One last thing on the quick links to touch on is the academic calendar. And this right here is something you may want to bookmark just to kind of watch each semester. We are now in the spring. So this is just going to help you stay up to date on important things going on. Of course, we've already passed the holiday and schools have started. This also lets you know about when your payments are due. So the next payment will be coming up on February 11th. So if you are doing an installment plan, here's a good way to keep up with that. And you can load these into your personal calendars as well. Main thing to note with the tuitions is that your final installment must be paid by April 8th. April 9th is the last day to drop with a W on any 16-week classes. And then right after that, we'll get started planning for summer and fall registration. And then we're looking at final exams at the end of April, early May, and then we'll get more information on graduation as it gets closer. All of that is still kind of tentative. So let's look at EagleCONNECT. If you go to your quick links and you click on EagleCONNECT, you'll come to this screen here. So what you're going to use is the same login information that you use for Blackboard, which is going to look a little different than mine here. But that's what we call your Eagle ID. When you log in, it should take you to a landing page similar to this. It's called My Success Network. If for some reason yours doesn't look exactly like this, you'll click here on these three little dots and you'll see it there, My Success Network. This is where you're going to see, not as much as I have here, but you'll have anyone that is connected to with your classes, your instructors, your advisor will also be here. And if for some reason, myself, Stephanie, or Daisy, you can't see us here, we're also listed right here. You're going to be using iCare Transfer Advising. This is where you can find links to our specific calendars. And making an appointment with us, you would just click on your advisor. It shows office hours, of course, and then you just follow the prompts to schedule an appointment. And you'll have the option, like for myself, since I am working off campus this semester, academic advising, you will have to do Zoom or we can do phone. You just follow all the prompts there. So we'll say you're want a little information, just some questions. It'll show you the 3 days. So we'll just take this 11:30. And then a location. So for me, we could either communicate through email, we could do a phone call, or we could do a Zoom. Now with Stephanie, she is on campus, so hers looks a little different. She'll have some on campus there, and the same with Daisy as well if you're an NTCC student, or NTCC A&M student rather. You also have the ability to schedule appointments with our on-campus tutors in the Success Center, and that would be done here through Success Center Tutoring. In the tutoring schedule, I will be sending that out to all of you in your ACE mail very soon, but you can also log on here, see all of the tutors, pick your specific subject, and then you would schedule an appointment the same way, just following the prompts. The tutoring center, they are doing appointments face-to-face this semester, as well as through Zoom. An additional tutoring service for our students is here through tutor.com. So I'm going to switch to a new tab. Tutor.com is something that we subscribe to for you guys, and this is a 24/7 online tutoring platform. You can log in anytime from anywhere and be connected with a live tutor. And there are tutors for some subjects that we may not have on campus. So I recommend all of my students to get on here and just kind of look around just to get familiar with the site, because you never know when you're going to need it. And as long as you're a little more familiar with what they have available, if it comes down to it, it's 11 o'clock at night and you need help with something, the last thing you want to do is try to figure out how to use a site right then. You just want to get your problem solved. So when you get the chance, definitely log on and just kind of look around in this portal here. Your username is going to be your campus-wide ID number, and you were emailed a link earlier today with your password, how to set your password. So all of that will be in your ACE mail. If you don't see it or you need it reset, you can click forgot your password and it will send it to you. And if you still have trouble, just let myself or Stephanie or Daisy know and we can get you guys connected with that. But here in tutor.com, you'll see you can be connected right away with a tutor. You click there. There's a couple different ways to do it. Connect with a tutor now, and you just select your topic. Say you're having some trouble with your college algebra class. You have the option to do just a web chat, or you can do a chat plus a video. You type in your question and it'll connect you with somebody that is able to help you with that specific subject. And as you can see, there is a multitude of subject areas here, of topics and subject areas in each topic. Another great thing about tutor.com, if you're unavailable to come to campus to use our writing tutor on campus, you also have the ability to use this one here. I have a lot of students that like to take advantage of this tab here, the submit paper for review. This function, let's see if it lets us go. There we go. Usually you get your document back within 24 hours. You can select how you want them to look at it. Do you want them to, of course, we would do undergraduate for all of you, and then you just fill it out. And you have the option to have them look at it for content, for writing style, or to review your formatting, citations, that sort of thing. You upload your file, you click submit, and they get back to you pretty quickly. And then you can go through, make changes. You can talk to them more as you work through the process. Tutor.com also has a plethora of practice quizzes. This is really good if you're just needing a refresher. These are some that we did before. If you need a refresher on different, say it's been a while since you've taken an English class and you need some help just refreshing on different punctuation, you could pick it here, select a quiz. There's grammar, there's vocabulary. Just look through here, take some tests. It keeps it over here, and then you always have the option to retake it later as well. And this is a new thing that we noted last semester, join a meeting space. So for those of you that may have like group work assigned for some of your classes and you're not all able to meet face-to-face, or because of, you know, the pandemic situation, you feel more comfortable meeting virtually, you could of course use Zoom like we're doing now, or you have the option to all log into tutor.com and join through their platform.
Hey, Christina, we do have a question.
Yes.
Is TEAS on tutor.com as well?
I don't believe that Tees is on tutor.com, but I can find out. Thank you, Stephanie. So let me just stop right there since we're doing questions. Does anybody have any questions so far on the main website, on EagleConnect, or anything else on tutor.com? Okay. All right, so moving on here. Web for Students. So Web for Students is something that you're going to need every semester for many different things. So Web for Students has a little different login credentials. You're going to use your campus-wide ID and then your 6-digit PIN, which should be your 6-digit birthday unless you've changed it. And if you have trouble logging in with that, or you need to reset your PIN number back to your birthday, just let myself or Stephanie or Daisy know and we can do that for you real quick. So when you log in to Web for Students, you're going to have all of these tabs here except for the last one. So your student tab is going to house all of your admission information, but now you've been accepted, so that's not really something that you're going to need any longer. You'll be able to register for classes through that tab, and you can look at your transcripts. Financial aid, if you're receiving any financial aid benefits, it will be housed here. This, you won't have that one. You can also get through Blackboard from Web for Students, so you can access it either here or through the quick links. Your TouchNet payment gateway is how you can make those payment installments, or if you like to pay your tuition in full, you prefer to do it online, this one will get you there. Also, if you need to turn in anything to anyone for scholarships and you need a balance, you can also log into TouchNet payment gateway and it'll give you the option to print that out. Your purchase textbooks links has the books that you'll need each semester, another link to AceMail, and then if you have not turned in your meningitis shot information, you can do so right here. If anyone is living on campus or thinking about living on campus anytime in near semesters, you can start your application process here. So what we're going to be focusing on today is DegreeWorks. DegreeWorks is what houses your specific degree plan and how you know what you have left to take. And that's pretty much the big question that we get is, how much longer do I have? So this is where you would answer that question. Now for DegreeWorks, you would click on your student tab, student records, and it'll be this last tab here, DegreeWorks. Now, you're going to be prompted to log in and it's going to want your Eagle ID, which is that same ID that you use for Blackboard. If for some reason that's not working, please let one of your advisors know and we'll help you with that. That password protection is a brand new thing, so sometimes there is a little bit of trouble getting in, but after the first time of logging in, you should be fine. You won't be prompted for it again. Well, now when you log into your actual DegreeWorks, this is what it'll look like. And this will probably look a little familiar to you all. I know in my advising sessions over the break when we were getting ready for this semester registration, I looked at these with my students, but sometimes we don't have a whole lot of time to go into a lot of detail. So definitely take some time and look at your degree plan and make sure everything looks correct. It'll have your name, your classification, your advisor. So you'll have your faculty advisor as well as your transfer advisor. And then this houses all of your information as far as your actual major, if you have any minor or concentration requirements, and then your GPAs will be over here. This registration holds, this is just to let you know, more than likely yours is going to say yes because you should have an advising hold every semester to prompt you to check in with your advisor before registration. One thing I do tell all of my transfer students is this part here, the unmet conditions, this may not be 100% accurate for your specific situation. For a bachelor's degree in the state of Texas, a minimum of 120 hours is required in combined coursework with undergraduate and, lower division and upper division coursework. but for your specific situation, you may go over that number slightly. So definitely check in with myself or Stephanie or Daisy, and we can look at this with you to make sure that everything looks correct. So just because this says this specific person only needs 24 more credits, that may not be the case because there's all these hours left to complete. So we can definitely schedule an appointment, or you guys can log into EagleConnect, schedule an appointment so that we can go through your specific plan in more detail if you'd like. And as you scroll down, the first box is always going to be your general education requirements. Now, for a lot of transfer students, if you've earned your associate's degree, you've completed all of these requirements, so you won't see this box. Once it's filled, it will be condensed. So don't panic if you log in and this is missing from your plan. That just means that you've already met all the requirements for your general education portion of your degree plan. The main things that students, our transfer students, are concerned with would be their major requirements and then any additional requirements for their plan. So this particular student here is majoring in history. We see any courses that are highlighted in yellow, that is a course that has been completed, and there will be a grade as well as the term that it was completed. Anything that is missing will be unchecked. And then if you're registered in any classes currently, they should be highlighted in blue. And they would also be listed down here as in progress, which we don't have for this particular plan. You would also more than likely see a spot that's titled electives, and those are courses that you have completed that a lot of times fit into the general education part, or maybe you have changed your major, so that's where those classes will be housed, but they are still counting toward your 120 overall. Like I said, that is kind of what gets us into that situation where you earn a little bit more than 120 hours, especially if you change majors. I do encourage all of my students before registration starts to check in with their DegreeWorks plan, just to kind of get an idea of what classes that you're going to want to take. A lot of our plans, I know especially with students that I advise, are on very sequenced plans. So it gives you the opportunity to just kind of think ahead and know, okay, next semester I know I'm going to need to take these specific plans. And that way when the schedule releases, you can lock those classes in and know right away how to plan around those courses for the term. Does anybody have any questions about DegreeWorks?
I do want to add to what you were saying. Right now, some students have been reaching out to us in a panic about their political science requirements. And so I wanted to touch on the glitch in DegreeWorks. So if you've taken Government 2305 and Government 2306, those will fill in for your American government requirements. So don't freak out.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. IT and the registrar's office are aware, and they are working on a way to fix that, but that not pulling into your specific plan is not going to negatively impact your progress. Also, just like Stephanie brought up, as you're looking through here, if something else doesn't look right to you, let us know and we'll take a look. A lot of times students will transfer from institutions out of state or maybe a little further from our area, and their numbering system may be slightly off. And we can take a look at that with you and always get in contact with the registrar's office to see, oh, maybe this is a very comparable class and it can be subbed in. So those are things that we can do for you as well. We made it through there pretty quickly. Stephanie, do you have anything you think I missed, or Sarah?
I can't think of anything right now, and I'm almost certain that when we finish this, it'll come to me. My big thing is, yes, pay attention to the academic calendar. Make sure you've got your due dates. Graduation application is open. If you think you're going to graduate in spring, you need to go ahead and apply for graduation. And then, of course, when to drop a class if you feel like you're not going to be successful. Make sure you're within those deadlines. And always, when in doubt, if you have any questions and don't know who to reach out to, Christina, me, or Daisy are your go-tos. And you can get that information in DegreeWorks. You can see who your academic advisor is if you don't know.
Yes, and also to add to that about important things to keep track of, definitely be checking your ACE mail at least every day. We really recommend, if you can, just adding it to your phone, and that way you don't miss anything. If you have not logged into your student email yet, please do so very soon. And if you have any trouble logging in, let us know. Sometimes if you have a name that may be a little more common, there might have been somebody registered under that name prior, and so you may have some numbers added into your email address, and we can look that up for you and make sure you get squared away. If you're having any trouble with that, let us know as soon as possible. Every correspondence from the university is going to be sent to your student email account. Anything about changes in your classes, campus closures, financial aid and business office, everyone uses the ACE mail. You'll also, like yesterday, you got an email from me about today's event. I'll be sending out monthly newsletters letting you know what's going on campus, as well as things that we'll be hosting and other important things as the semester continues. Make sure that you can log into EagleCONNECT as well. Even if you end up not needing to speak to Stephanie or I anytime in the near future, it's a good thing to know how to use that process, because once registration starts in April, those appointment times are going to fill up quick. So the sooner you know how to log into EagleCONNECT and can do it pretty effortlessly, the better you'll be when registration comes around. We definitely encourage you to get those schedules locked in as soon as the schedule is released. I know it's crazy that this semester just started and we're already talking about summer and fall registration, but it comes around much quicker than you would think. So, and then you can go off and enjoy your summer and not have to worry about getting into classes last minute. So that's my shameless plug for registration.
Absolutely, and especially the psychology students, if you're listening, I cannot stress this enough. Psychology classes fill up so fast. Don't wait and then expect a full schedule with the times that you want. So go ahead and schedule those appointments. Like Christina said, log into your EagleCONNECT, get that done. Registration opens up as early as April 12th, and you can get that information on the academic calendar. So pay attention to those dates.
Yes, absolutely. Another thing to note is there will not be a spring break this semester. We will be going straight through full 16 weeks. So just kind of be mindful of that. But that means that we're actually going to be ending the semester a week earlier than in springs past. And really, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to myself or Stephanie or Daisy. And if you're not sure who your advisor is, just reach out to one of us and we can get you connected with the right person. But we are here for you all. You know, even though some of us are on campus, some of us are off, and we're doing a little hybrid of that sometimes, there's always a way to reach us, and there's always a way that we can get your questions answered. And if for some reason we're not the right folks for it, we'll definitely get you connected to the right place. Well, that's all I had for today. If there's any other questions, we have some time for that. If not, we are good. And please, you know, if you see us in the hall, Stephanie in the hall, wave at her. Don't get too close. Stay without, 6 feet. Send us.
Amen to that.
We're ready to get back to normal so we can get back to our normal fun things that we do in the Transfer Center. And keep an eye out for more of these Transfer Tuesday Zoom sessions we'll be doing throughout this spring semester. We're connecting with a lot of great offices on campus to bring you guys just as much as we can. All right. Well, y'all have a great afternoon. Let us know if you need anything.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you, Stephanie.